This should be played at high volume.
This is the podcast of beats, and their whole team is complete. They feed in the streets, other people can't compete. Shit, you got Carlo, got Kenny, got Baba, got Uncle. You cannot forget Malik, and you got Ski. Yeah, the whole roster elite. They bringing the heat every week.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to The Same Convo, the podcast where we talk everything sports, anime, media, and entertainment. It's your boys Kenny, Carlisle, and Bamba. And today I wanted to start this segment by giving a quick shout out. I wanted to tell y'all about something called Weedlow, which is a series that one of our TikTok friend, Dar Universe, has on YouTube. It is an audio series. It is a story about superheroes and a power system that's totally different. It's based on THC. So if you like action and you like weird stories, go check it out. Weedlow versus Project 420. It's all about indica, sativa-based powers, characters that get full-blown, and especially if you like to smoke, I feel like you would find some interest to it because of, obvious reasons. So go check it out. But without further ado, today I have Avatar: The Last Airbender back and forth. There's been some news in the Avatar world, but we don't really want to talk about it because now everybody's caught up with Legend of Korra. So we don't want to spoil anything. What we're going to do, however, is go through a series of questions. And to start it off, if Aang, the Avatar, was to abandon his morals, who from his world would it take to stop him? He went rogue. He didn't care about not killing none of that. I got to worry about him now. Who would it take to take him down?
There's only one person that could. We're talking about the man who defeated the Fire Lord, the strongest bender, I guess, in that series. Aang is too strong for if he's beating Fire Lord or Ozai, he's too strong for anybody. So you have to get to him on a mental level. The only person that could do that, actually, there's two people who could probably do that. It's either Katara or Bumi. Those are the only two people I think that could break through to him.
I don't disagree with that at all. I think those are great picks. With me, I did it as far as like a group, because if I'm thinking of Aang like right after, like if I'm thinking of Aang during Avatar: Last Airbender, my first pick would have been the White Lotus. I was like, if anybody's gonna be able to stop that nigga, it would have to be the White Lotus. But then if I'm thinking like an older Aang and I'm thinking like Korra flashbacks and stuff like that, I'm thinking about maybe the Red Lotus, but that would have been before Zahir got his airbending, or I think his name was Yakone.
Yakone, yeah.
Yeah, I would say Yakone because Yakone is actually the one that defeated him and then escaped. So again, if Aang lost his morals, maybe his temperament and his like strategies and how he goes about things probably would have been different, and that probably would have. But like I said, older Aang, Yakone, younger Aang, White Lotus. That's what I'm going with.
Well, I think that Carlo got the right answer as far as like the older Aang. However, younger Aang, I just feel like nobody.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
You just genuinely can't beat him. You're gonna have to start teaming. The person that I feel like actually has the closest chance, I don't even think it's Ozai. I think it's Toph.
I was thinking about that too. Honestly, I don't want to go too deep into it right now, but I honestly think that Toph could have, like, adult Toph versus adult Aang. I believe Toph is beating him 1-on-1.
Oh yeah, nah, she too OD. She got too much. She got lava bending, mud bending, like she got water, air, and whatever.
Sand. Like yeah, bro, she's too cold.
But the issue is, if Aang flies, what is she gonna do?
Aang flies? Did Aang fly?
Aang didn't fly.
So I'm saying, he has his glider. That's the one.
That was
he has
flight.
Appa. 3, he makes that air ball that he can glide on. If you're in, Toph's already admitted that her weakness is if you're not touching the earth, she can't really do anything.
But also, she's probably not gonna just stay in the open. She could create shields and stuff like that just to hide herself. Because in the adult movie, I remember Kuvira attacking them, but Kuvira attacked from the top of a metal tank, and there was no seismic connection to prove to her that Kuvira attacked you. She just knew that they're up there. Randomly, she blocked that thing. So I'm like, they're not always explaining things, but maybe you also can tell the feel of the air or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? You blind. You got some anime science bullshit, even though it's not anime. But next question I got. In the world of subbending, that subcategory of bendings, which one would you choose? So we got lightning, we got combustion, we got blood, metal, lava, spirit bending, which Kenny, I know you don't know. It's some Korra shit, just throw it out there. Mud, vine, and yeah, I think that's it. I think I cover everything.
So
Except possibly ice.
so Kenny knows this. I don't think Bama knows this. I have this alter ego. That is
Oh
a
god.
he is an anime character. His name is Kaizen with a Z. And I have come up with backstories to every single piece of fiction I enjoy for this character. So when I create a backstory for him and the Avatar, he was the child of a firebender and a waterbender, and in result of that, he had both bendings. And so, but one of his specialties that he loved to manipulate was lightning. So if I had to choose, I would want to bend lightning because I just think that's so cold. And Kaizen has red lightning. Y'all don't know that, but y'all know it now. That man has red lightning.
I'm saying, imagine if you could water bend and fire lightning bend at the same time. I mean, water bend and lightning bend. It's
Oh
cheap.
yeah, that was
You
great.
could just flood the battlefield and then
Man,
electrocute the water. Now
you Kenny,
we're done.
Kenny,
We're done
Kenny,
here.
look, you see the
He
vision.
said we're done here.
Kenny sees the vision.
Uh, I still think blood bending. I don't know what spirit bending is, but that sounds OD. But I think blood bending is probably the strongest because you with blood bending you could render everybody useless. Like I'm controlling your body. There's no bending for you. I can effectively kill you without you being even be able to defend yourself. Like we saw what the bloodbender was doing to Aang and Katara. If she wanted to kill them right then and there, she could have. Like the show could have ended right there.
Okay. Me personally, though, I ain't gonna lie, I'm going with combustion bending. I know it's not the most convenient, but I'm just thinking of power. Like in a world of effectiveness, ain't none has rivaled it so far. And I also simply love the fact that your hands are free. You know what I'm saying? Like most of the other bending requires you to have your hands. But what if I can just actually handle you and not need to worry about this coming from here?
Look, until I metal bent the shield over your eye. And then what?
I,
You saw what happened to
watched
old
Korra,
girl.
so you're not gonna catch me with that. She didn't know. Now I know.
Facts.
Um, Next question we got. What is the strongest element? Pretty straightforward.
I want to say earthbending because I think out of all the bendings, it has the most sub-bending connections to it. Like we said earlier, Toph has the ability to bend metal, bend sand, bend mud. You feel me? Bend lava, and
Mm-hmm.
then it the just to see the I can't think of the word, but the evolvement of earthbending so much that one of her daughters had made a whole civilization dedicated to metal bending, like a metal bending city, and then they work it into their police force as how they also use that, in their own uniforms and things like that. So
Right.
just be from the versatility piece, I'm gonna say earthbending.
Okay. Solid. Solid. Kenny, what you think?
It's got to be earthbending. Like metal bending is OD, especially like when you really think about it. I don't know if they ever do it or use it like this or think to use it, but effectively if you can metal bend, you're a human gun. Like You can shoot bullets at people. You can
I swear to
use
God,
like
they be
swords.
underutilizing their powers because that's something I always think about.
You said they don't
Facts.
be utilizing their powers.
Facts,
They
facts,
do,
facts.
bro. Like if I could bend metal, and then you can kind of combust a little bit, bro. It's over.
Yeah, shooting lava bullets at people is crazy. And
Over.
yeah, so I would say it's got to be earthbending for sure because like Carlos said, the versatility of it.
Mm. I'm not gonna lie. I do love Earth, but I'm gonna have to go with air. I think
That was my
that
second
air,
pick.
huh?
That was my second pick just because it's invisible.
You said invisible?
Yeah, you can't see the air. You could like literally just
Oh yeah, yeah,
get the air out of
yeah.
somebody.
True. Yeah, that's very true. It's everywhere, and you can't see it.
The way
But I
the
just feel like,
I was about to say the ways of here did the Earth Queen.
oh yeah, you put it out of your chest, nigga. Like put it here.
Facts.
Zahir, that's why I feel like that's even why I feel like we can appreciate Zahir so much because throughout all of Avatar, the Airbenders are always the pacifists. We don't need that. And then you get Zahir that are first of all start flying, is actually using it in lethal ways, and he's just like, I'm using this to the fullest. It's like I just learned it today, but I mastered it today. I'm gonna show y'all everything I learned. I'm gonna put it like to use to the fullest extent. I'm not caring about nobody's life.
Zahir's the best antagonist in that whole series.
Best broke the Avatar. She came
Facts.
there was like, oh, you know, you scared of me. She said, nah. He said, she, he hit a LeBron on her, bro.
Facts.
Nah, that's OD, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna go with air. I'm gonna go with air, and I just feel like it's because it's more lethal. It's just not using the way it's supposed to.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. So, second to last question we got. This one can get interesting because Carlo, let us know what Kaizen would do in this situation. If you could master any element, right? One of any element, and you could create your own sub bending based on that element, what would you come up with?
If I could create my own something. So this is like if we had a bending that already exists, but we can create our own sub bending from that.
Yeah, let's say you pick Earth and then you create like you created lava, for example, but you come up with your own stuff. It doesn't have to be lava. Let it be something else. I can give you an example. Let me just give you an example because I
Yes,
already have
please.
mine.
Please.
Mine, I've been thinking about it the whole day. I thought about air bending. However, vacuum bending. You feel me? I know it sounds crazy, but you're able to control the air. What if you're able to remove air from certain places? In Korra, we've seen like if you're able to get the mastery of somebody like Toph, it can be so precise that you can even interact with a block plot. You know what I'm saying? Remove some iron pieces out of it. But what if you can remove the air pocket, the oxygen pocket within the blood clot, and then randomly release it? Watch that shit collapse. What if I remove the air from your lungs like I did the Queen, but just release the air back in? Your heart is collapsing. You are collapsing as a whole. What if I was able to do that to a room? What if I was able to do that to small airs? I'm combustion bending on another level, and I'm able to do it like all open. Vacuum bending.
I got one. I got one.
Go ahead, Kenny.
Mine is like the peak fire bending called sun bending, and
Okay.
it allows me to harness the power of the sun.
This
But
nigga
not only that, it effectively kind of gives me like lasers because I can harness the power of ultraviolet rays and turn it to a laser.
Kenny stole my first one.
This nigga Escanor.
Yeah,
This
I'm going the peak level of fire bending called sun bending. Like, have you ever like seen like somebody like take a magnifying glass and like use the sun to like burn?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah.
see, I was thinking Kenny stole my first one. I was thinking that same exact thing without the lasers. I definitely wanted to throw a sun at y'all niggas. But I'm gonna do earth bending, but also have the power to bend planets. so I can throw planets at
All
niggas.
right, bro. What is this nigga
Bro,
saying?
what?
So
That is
what's the name?
planet. What?
Or not even planets. Let's say meteors. You feel me? Like I can make a meteor shower rain. Like let me awaken. You feel me? I have an awakening, and then I can make meteor showers. I could have the moon come down if I want to. Yeah.
Technically, look, that's not actually too crazy though, because technically, this is my question: don't Earthbender technically deal with gravity?
Yes.
Like, cause that's technically what y'all do. If I'm able to expand it to a larger level, maybe pulling the planet is not that crazy after all.
Look, fuck with me. You want a meteor shower in this bitch?
We
I
got,
fucked
we
all this
got,
shit up.
we got Escanor, we got Fujitora. Who else we got? This
Like that's crazy. That's nah, bruh.
nigga said he just Uranus on your head top. What?
What? That's crazy.
Nah. But Kenny, on the same page that you're on, imagine a firebender able to get your flame condensed or like hot to the point where it become plasma. Then right then, like I understand this compared to what you said, that's very small, but you could have somebody who bends lasers and shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you that sunbending is OD.
He
Nigga,
says,
nigga
That
said you
sunbending is OD.
Nigga said you ever heard of Sozin's Comet? You want to experience this bitch?
you want to
Yeah. Shoot
and
lasers
then
at
you are
niggas.
Earthbender that can control planets. Sozin's Comet is not a problem no more.
Hey, look, me and Kenny would be a insane duo.
Yeah, that's why y'all not in the world. Y'all never to be allowed to be made or taught of today.
I will be a
Let's
good guy. I'm not evil.
Can't say the same.
That's what he says. Notice how Carlo never said what side he on. But final question we got: weakest to strongest. Let's rank the Earth nations. Not the Earth nation. Let's rank the nations.
I'm gonna go
Weakest to strongest.
for
Weakest.
me. Air, water, fire, earth.
Also, I just want to a disclaimer: count everything. We're not just counting their Earth bending, but we're talking about the nations. If you have to just rank them of everything they got, you feel
For
me?
me, I'm gonna go earth, air,
Wait, you
water.
doing weakest or you doing strongest?
Strongest.
Okay, okay.
So
Yeah.
earth, air, water, fire.
Earth, air, water, fire.
Mhm.
What's your reasons?
We already said Earth. Well, I already said earlier. I think Earth bending is the strongest because of the versatility piece. You can argue that air is the second. Like you can either be a pacifist or an aggressor with
Mhm.
airbending, and if you really unlock the potential of airbending, there is a lot of possibilities that you can do as far as flying, as far as taking the air out of somebody that you wouldn't otherwise be able to do. Water, the same thing. It's not as versatile as earth bending, but with blood bending as your sub bending technique, and then for how they evolved because it was thought to only be able to be done under a full moon. Then fast forward to Korra, as niggas doing this in broad daylight. And there's essential with water. There's essentially a piece to where if you can figure it out, you can take somebody's bending away. So that coincides with it as well. And then fire, just from lack of versatility, and then at your strongest is only a certain time every few years. You feel me? Like so, that'd be my reasoning for ranking them that way. Fire's still my favorite though.
Hmm.
What?
I said fire is still my favorite though.
Oh, fire is your favorite. Okay. Kenny,
Are we talking about like historically through from the show, or are we talking about basically just power output that we think that their potential?
that's why I was saying count everything because I want just because I feel
Okay,
like every
okay, because
nation
you
has
got to
just
you got
made
to count
use of their
mentality
power
in
in
there.
different ways.
Yeah, you got to count mentality in that. So if I'm going strongest to weakest, I'm going based off of what we saw in the show. It's definitely to me, it's going to be earth, fire, water, air, because the airbenders, their pacifism and their peaceful nature, even though they have strong bending, it's invisible. They can do it's air. They don't like to fight, and that's why they got decimated. Like Fire Nation came in there and literally killed them all. And then you watch the Water Tribe, they're pretty much nomads because all their tribes have been wiped out. Not Korra, Katara is like one of the last waterbenders. Uh, they're struggling. If you like watching Avatar, the only people that are thriving still are the Earth Kingdom. Like they still have their kingdom, they still have their castles, they still have their way of life in society. And you see constantly when the Fire Nation tries to invade the Earth Nation be whooping their ass.
They can't.
They be whooping their ass every time. This man Boomy face bending. Like, so that's what I think. You gotta take mentality and their fighting styles, their military prowess. I think the Earth Kingdom got everybody beat.
Aspects. So I think that like when I'm looking at both of y'all lists, like both of them are accurate because I feel like Carlo is like if you're looking just at their power output, this is what their ranking should be. But right now, as far as what it is because of their mentality, their resources, and their choices, what Kenny said, that's what I see. Because I feel like the Earth Nation, like not even Earth, Air Nation, I don't get it at all. Like I don't know how you can. I know you can be nomads, you can have certain mentality, but y'all don't have no army set up, like nothing for protection, none of that. That's why they hella weak. The Water Tribe, because of the need for water, they're pretty separated and in certain remote places. But the Earth Nation and the Fire Nation, they're the only people that did it right. Like you have actual military, you have actual bases, actual invention to even help you, like strengthen your bending powers. Like Earth Nation, they used to have those fire torches and other shit like that. Like I feel like that's how you do it. And then like the Earth, bro, you can't do anything. Like niggas built the wall of China. You try to get near us, you cooked. Like you can't do nothing. So I definitely resonate with both ranking, but as far as what it is now, I think I have the same one as Kitty. But that is all we had for today. That is all we had. But you know what's the question that we ask every day? The White Lotus versus the Red Lotus. Who would win? We can't answer it yet. But maybe you could. And you know where you could do that? In our Discord. Join us. Have a conversation with us. We need friends. We're lonely over there. Want people to talk to, man. So hop on over there. We have pretty fun conversations, you feel me? And any conversation that you have, you can bring it over there and talk with us. You know, we're trying to build a community. It's not just about content. We're trying to make friends and all of that. So, you know, come over there, just have fun. We appreciate y'all, though, for tuning in. If you're tuning in from the live, please, one more time, double tap the screen, you know, interact with this, follow us. And we appreciate you for tuning in. We appreciate you for listening. We'll see you again in 2 weeks. And I know you love Avatar, but you know who else love Avatar? Your grandmama. So send her this because we're not done talking about bending. Yeah.